Anyway, we were in the middle of this one. Feels bad not to finish it off in one go, but here we are. I was on limited time before. But look at this, I've got all evening. It's only 5 p.m, and even though I haven't eaten, that's later Jake's problem. So the synopsis so far is that we're here on yet another one of our unpaid internships to go and help for a museum in Greece, which shows off a bunch of Greek things. You know, they're showing off pottery, they're showing off old Greek Athens temples, they've got some armor, all sorts of stuff. However, something's going on. Some exhibit things keep getting stolen. And what's more, we have a bunch of people doing a performance as a troupe, and we suspect, frankly, all of them, including you.
Yes? Bye-bye. Bye.
Unfortunately, I have exhausted all the dialogue options, and I actually have no idea what I meant to do. I need to find a pencil in order to solve some kind of mystery in the underworld, but I seem unable to get a pencil. There are a lot of things I seem unable to do. And no, we can't pick up the crowbar and start beating people with it either. We have this passageway that leads into the underworld via some kind of workshop area, but whenever I enter the workshop, an alarm goes off.
What are you doing?
And then Thanos comes along, yells at me, and kills me. So that's not good. So every time I try and do anything in this room, I just can't.
What are you doing?
So I assume I'm missing something for disabling that alarm. And it's pretty obvious, right? You look at the alarm thing, if I can get a view of it.
What are you doing?
It's got fingerprints on it to tell you what you're meant to press into it, but I can't interact with it, so we're probably going to find some kind of information. Maybe somebody can tell us, or maybe there's a piece of paper somewhere that says, oh, don't forget to disable the alarm by pressing X, Y, and Z. Here's another thing that I can't seem to interact with, and I don't know why. Surely it should be puzzles mastered rather than smashed. And I like smashed, gives the indication that we absolutely hammered them down. That said, I am completely lost. So if anybody has any bright ideas, I'm more than happy to hear them. I think we already did the weighing our soul against a feather routine over here. There was some kind of issue with a boulder rolling down, and we avoided it. This is something I can't even interact with, much as I would like to. A clever person would have looked up the solutions ahead of time, and then would have gone, oh, look, we stumbled into this when I walk into the obvious-looking solution and try and pass it off as just sheer chance. Unfortunately, I have no such thing at my beck and call right now. This is where the boulder came down. I believe we picked up some kind of vase that we used to fill with water to solve some other puzzle. It's been a couple of weeks since I touched this game, by the way, because I used this as my original Europa Universalis 5 fake-out. To great success, I might add. Even some channel regulars that should have known better got caught out by this one. Whenever I watch Nancy Drew, says Ninjin, I feel happy that I am no longer streaming Nancy Drew. People should really stream Nancy Drew themselves to share that feeling with me. Yes, it is quite humbling when big brain boffin from Tokyo U fails to do Minesweeper for 10-year-old girls in Nancy Drew in Icicle Creek. But you'll get your pound of flesh. I have not done Icicle Creek myself yet. I'm waiting until I forget how most of the game goes before I do it, so it could be years or even a decade before I come back to it, but I will do every Nancy Drew. Wasn't there a place full of lava? Yeah, there was a place full of lava where I just freaking die. Now, I'm very interested how they managed to make this as part of the little prop in a 4 or 5 man troupe, but we can burn ourselves to death, or we could find a puzzle to solve. A clever person would find them in the VOD. Oh yeah, there could be a VOD to find. I didn't have time to watch through 16 hours of Fan of Gaming's fumbling in this one. Can I even interact with this? I cannot. Yeah, so we're finding things that look like puzzles, but we just can't interact with them. So there's some greater puzzle thing that we are missing. And heaven help me if I have any idea what. My offer still stands to play another one if you manage to the Super Mario World Challenge I proposed. I will need to check that one. I'm not really feeling very Mario these days, sadly. You know, if only more people would engage in the Mario race. The big old Mario marathon. Then surely it would come flooding back to me. Unfortunately, I really don't have any new information here. What do we have anyway? We've got a book on underworld myths. Three-headed dog, Cerberus, atoning for transgressions. There's a note here of all these things that we have done. Nothing new there. A book about famous Greeks. I'm not going to waste my time reading that. A book that we've already used to figure out something about pots and vases and whatnot. Coin display key has been used. Xena's script. Maybe there was something in this that I didn't pay enough attention to. Very convincing paper's sound effects. Don't think we ever made use of that information. Or whatever this is. Scene 3 light cues. Strange notes, Grigor, table pass, first. There was a tablet that I didn't solve, and we haven't been able to access it again. Pretty sure I already got the remote control thing. Wait, 18355. That's a number. I could try it on that panel that we saw earlier. Where was the panel? I forget. 18355. You. No, that was for something else entirely, it seems. Lift control and just some paper, but I need a pencil to go with my paper so that I can scribble over those partial notes that we saw. Yeah, still waiting on Tyrion, but he's just been so busy driving all those trains in Sweden, he hasn't possibly had time to finish his Mario obligations, but he promised he would, and if there's one thing a Swede always keeps, it's his coin purse shirt. Coin purse shut. So you try to be funny and you just mess it up. Freaking Swedes. So really nothing I can take here. This is one of the few things I can actually interact with in this room while the beeping is going on. But I can't see anything that I can just take here. And Thanos is going to come in and kill me. I don't want Thanos to kill me. But he does. Such a strange room. Like, no matter what you do, you just hone in on this and I can't do anything with it.
What are you doing?
Are those not pencils? I have tried to grab everything that looks like a pencil in this game so far. But we have not succeeded. Sometimes you literally step over clues. You're walking too fast and looking to the ground. Well, I've been trying to look at everything here. I think we picked something up here? Or am I mistaken? Maybe this is some kind of fluorescent light that can show me some information on something else that I have? Who's to say? How's it going, Sharon? Well, let's take a boat ride. Yeah, Jacka knows all about that.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I think I phoned everybody for help, and all they did was tell us that that man has killed people before. Oh, no, I don't want to ride the boat again, Sharon. I'm not ready for the afterlife. Wait, have I played around with this thing? So this is what happens when you wait too long. I think we did solve the little Cerberus puzzle, if indeed it was a puzzle. Yeah, it's such a complex stage set. What it's all being used for is beyond me.
I should find supplies to make a rubbing of the image.
Yeah, I would love that, but Nancy is very much against just picking up a pencil. Let's do our phone calls, shall we? Right in earshot of Thanos.
What's up?
I'll let you go.
Bye.
What a horrible phone call to receive.
Hi.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Awful. Okay, so there's nobody on the phones to help us out. I haven't found anything on the stage. What about Hermes? I feel like we haven't dealt with Hermes for quite a while. I mean, I've rooted through his bag, but his bag doesn't have writing supplies either. And there's nothing of particular note inside this. Nancy's such a monster, right? Just rooting through people's bags like this, not even trying to be subtle about it. There's all this equipment that I can't fiddle around with either. Oh yeah, what's on our task list anyway?
Can't check that off yet.
Explore the workshop, find out what's in the judge's trunk, but we can't open it. Snoop Xena's stuff on her table.
Can't check that off yet.
Maybe there's a way to distract Xena. We had an opportunity to snoop her table before, and I went, ugh, a puzzle, and I left it alone, and I might be heavily regretting that.
Hello.
Because I can't get rid of her here.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
Not to say there's not an attempt.
Hello.
Would be amazing if I locked myself out somehow.
Later.
Talk to you later.
Because, yeah, she had a tablet there that I was able to interact with, but I could see it was a massive jigsaw puzzle that I didn't want to spend an hour doing. I seem to recall Fan of Gaming spending a lot of time on that. But there doesn't seem to be a way to get her away from there now. Alien Nations 2, never heard of it. Nations, also never heard of it. What can I do?
Later.
Goodbye.
I mean, really, if anybody in chat has some ideas, I am open to it, because we were stuck on this position last time we were here, and we're stuck here now. There must be something to interact with, or some item that I have missed. And again, Nancy seems real keen on not just picking up a pencil or a pen from this desk to do the rubbing. We don't have a password for you. I'd like to think we've done all of this stuff. I already solved the ticketer thing. I'm certain I don't have to do it again. I'm not certain, but I won't do it again. We won lottery, and I do not want to listen to all of these. Surely there's no reason to.
Have you come to mock
I come bear from
this?
you.
Well, you know, this is a fast way of getting through it, at least.
Although
Oh my please. The earth will
for
Mother, please.
I thought maybe there'd be something here, and Nancy goes, ooh, that's important. Oh, I'm not listening to all of these, heavens no. Yeah, maybe they'd mention the location of the pencil, but I see a very convenient stack of pens and or pencils right there. Nothing to be had here. Is there some information about the workshop around here? Renovation of the stage has begun. Time to go all in on the exhibit. Stage stuff, critical issues, ashes, yearly budget, attendance levels, partnership, highlights. Nothing handy here. This is information we all reuse to prove providence on some things. Load manager, transport, staff. We already used this to check when items were checked in. Nothing to interact with over here. I already opened this up and solved that puzzle. Can't remember what I got out of it, though. So if the people that are, for some reason, watching this in the playlist later on, right, the stuff that just happened will be fresh in mind for them. This is just stuff about all these people that have worked here and quit in the past. Change that, and I've got a whole lot of nothing going on here. I see chat is not willing to help out in any way, though, but I'm not surprised. When would she ever go away so I can snoop on her stuff? We did help, says Floppy Peter. Okay, I must have missed that. No help equals more Nancy. Why would we? Oh, jeez. The password in the sticky note reads Cleroterion, but I've already used that. Niobe might be able to help with Providence, but she already has. Yeah, I did also see the weird tear in the bag, but it wasn't something I could interact with, and I doubt we can just cut up his bag. Maybe, like, use the key to rip the stitches off, but no. Nothing of note down here. We already cracked this open and grabbed the lift key out of it. I seem to recall whoever streamed this was also stuck here for a long while. Yeah, that would have been Fan of Gaming. And it was fun to mock Fan of Gaming because he was very stuck in a lot of parts in this game. But this is a fun thing about having others stream Nancy Drew and doing it yourself. When the hammer comes down and the shoe is on the other foot, it can certainly feel painful. And that proverbial shoe is on my less than proverbial foot. Even so, you know, if chat has some amazing ideas, then I am willing to try pretty much anything. Dark Young says it's pretty good. Yeah, anytime not being in, oh, wouldn't you know it, Bohemia. This feels like somewhere that I haven't interacted with much. This thing, like, obviously we could push some buttons here, but Nancy, there's a lot of puzzles in this game where Nancy looks at them and does nothing. Scouring around for anything I can interact with around here. Have you considered looking at the problem from a different angle? Oh, yeah, Professor Layton.
What are you doing?
There was a piece of paper on the stairs on the way to the triangular puzzle. The triangular puzzle. I think that was through here, right? I think somebody did mention something about, hey, keep your eyes open. You might literally walk over some things, but I was attempting to keep my eyes open there. What the hell was the triangular puzzle, though? Triangular puzzle. Come on, brain, activate. This is not the triangular puzzle, that's a hexagonal puzzle. Triangle puzzle, that is a circular-ish puzzle. What even was a triangle puzzle? Nothing coming to me now. No, it wasn't next to Sharon, that's for sure. Maybe he means the triangular trade. Look, we all want more EU, but some debts need to be paid. Kind of weird going back to having a main focus game, right? It's been years, actual years, since, you know, EU4 was the expected thing to have on the channel, and then wildcards were whatever. But now it's all wildcards all the time. But now we return, and now it's a surprise not to have EU. I wonder how long that'll last. I mean, I've really got a taste for doing lots and lots of wildcard streams. I love playing lots of different games, even when it leads to situations like this.
I should find supplies to make a rubbing of the image.
The triangle puzzle. With stairs. The best one was Jake struggling to draw a star for an hour. I feel like that was also a Professor Layton puzzle. You stare at the night sky and you have to make a star out of things. A star out of stars, if I recall well. Ahoy, Senior Detective says Fan of Gaming. Oh no, man, you're gonna get your pound of flesh here. I'm completely stuck. I need to find something to do a rubbing with the paper on the different places, but we have not managed to... Oh, good God, I see it now. I didn't even see it, actually. I just noticed the cursor changing when we move around. Oh, my heavens. I even came up and looked at this and went, I can't interact with this. And then I climbed down, and I didn't notice this. Ooh. To enter the workshop, you must understand art. To understand art, you must learn about the artiste. They leave fingerprints on all she touches. Okay, I have a funny feeling we can solve the workshop now. You know, because it wasn't immediately obvious already.
I need to figure out the passcode before the alarm goes off.
Alright. So probably have to drag all these in such a way that we get all of this. So it's going to be something like, but not necessarily this. This is easy stuff. I do this little puzzle in my head. Every so often you see a shape and you just think, how could you draw this without ever looping over yourself? Just blip, done and dusted. Okay, wow, that was a big step up. I don't know how many times I would have scoured the entire map again, searching for... Well, it's easier when you know you're searching for something, but we don't know what we were looking for. All right, give me... Oh, no. I was hoping there'd be pencils here. Oh, is this a pencil? No, everything here is so perfect and beautiful. Sit still, little vase. I will draw you. The sun, the fading, the war, the vases, the art, the coins. Would the masters have me as a student? I don't care. It's a lot of vases. It's been ages since I've done any kind of clay-related stuff. Is that a pencil? It's charcoal pencil. Good enough. Alright, now we can do the rubbings, but while we're already here, why don't we see if we can interact with anything else? It's very, very suspicious that this was the only thing I could interact with while the alarm was beeping. And now that it's not beeping, I still can't do anything. Okay, wonderful. Gloves, supplies, lots of things for Nancy to
These rules
steal.
seem very strict. What is Niobe up to?
Good news! The donors are fine with the production lookalikes. First entry is a bookcase, second entry is a cast. ETA long, as in tabby. What? ETA, right, I see. He doesn't see. What do you mean I can't keep this? Well, we're going to confront her about that, no doubt. This is for casting your clay. Casting? No, it's for firing your clay. Okay. Sure love finding lots of nothing. But not to worry, just getting the charcoal on its own is a huge break. Now we need to find all the different places where there were scribbles for us to get. That means remembering where all those were. I think there was one at the end of here, though. Here we go. And a one, and a done. Don't mind me, Thanos. I maybe should have checked to see if Thanos has something to say about me breaking into the workshop, actually.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
At least he says goodbye. He's a nice guy. Is Jake trying to avoid becoming rich and famous via streaming? Brings up Faithless. And Sellsword Raven gives a surprisingly accurate answer with unironically yes. I think if I typecast myself into streaming popular games, which I would be good at, like EU and Hearts of Iron. I know I'm trash at Hearts of Iron, but I could get good at that game. And various other popular games. They're niche, but niche popular. Yeah, I could probably get pretty rich doing this, but I'm not interested in being rich. I'm interested in enjoying myself. Sometimes I see people who just seem to stream the same game over and over again, and it looks like their joy and their hairline are receding in equal measure, and I just look at that thinking, I don't want to be that. So sometimes instead of streaming what lots of people want, we instead do fake outs or whatever reason to play absolute trash games because I get sick kicks out of it. It's also about control, right? If I control what's on the stream, I'm not going to feel this lack of control when, oh, I don't know, maybe my incredible amount of racism catches up with me and I get cancelled, and then suddenly, you know, I'm no longer rich because my platform is destroyed. Imagine that. I don't need to imagine it. Anyway, streaming what I want is far more enjoyable to me than whatever amount of fantastical super money I could make by simply going for what's popular. I know. I'm in a rich position to have that position, right? Already have a sizable enough channel and a good followership. But this was always the station that we held. Even when we started out streaming, with my microphone accidentally turned off to a staggering 5 people, 3 of which were just buddies from, not even Discord back in the day, on the Skype group. We still streamed complete ass, just to have fun. Where the heck is this final scribble? Oh, Lord.
Did anyone ever tell you you look just like Alexandra?
Not surprisingly, no.
She was one of the best painters of ancient Greece. How good is she, you ask?
I'll take your word.
She had a crater named after her.
Oh, wow, that's just great.
On Venus!
Okay, that's pretty solid.
Follow in her footsteps. Here.
What's this?
You're painting that on a vase.
I'll do my best, but it might not look exactly like the reference.
Make your mark on the world, and be a friend to a stranger.
No problemo.
Thank you. I'm so behind you have no clue.
Christ, I don't really have a problem with not leaving a mark on the world. I'm more a fan of the idea of leave no trace. And yeah, there are things like that, Pathara. Imagine if I could do the YouTube videos of, can I pillage all of Europe as Golden Horde? I probably wouldn't do Golden Horde. I'd do like a Jalirids or minor tribe of God knows bum diddlies down in Persia. But yeah, no, if I did that, I'd look at it and I'd cringe myself to death. It's like when people ask, why don't you have any merchandising? It's like that would... If I ever saw somebody in the street with any kind of merchandise that I knew came from me, I would die on the inside and probably on the outside too.
What now?
Christ, back off.
Is this workshop yours?
We need to use props for the show. We're pretending they're actual statues and artifacts, because we can't use the real things.
So you make fakes?
No. Not fakes. There's a process in place. The last thing the museum wants is confusion about what's real and what isn't.
You said you can't use the real artwork on stage, right?
Of course not.
Xenia told me you will be using real pieces.
Maybe there's been a change in the rules.
You're not sure?
I get a bit lost in my work. So maybe we are using some actual pieces. I don't know.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Is that the lassie who was at the desk and I needed to pillage her stuff? I'm not sure if I cared about doing her art homework for her, but I do care about pillaging her stuff. Can I leave this way? It would seem like the answer is no.
That's done.
Huzzah! But yeah, now I think I can steal her stuff. What's up with this? The base guide. Am I meant to go here and make some?
One vase for Niobe coming right up.
Maybe I should have taken the right vase to begin with. Vase, vase. Yeah, who cares? English is a very wibbly-wobbly language anyway. Right, so narrow top, handles on the side, coming down. Looks like it'd be one of these then. Are they all the same? They all look the same, you know. Right, oh god, here we go. So, I'm not really big on art at all. I leave that stuff for Lucky. Wait, is this even the right shape? It doesn't look very right, does it? Can I move it around a bit? Oh, whatever. Donk. 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 Roy Donk 69. Okay, well, that's going to have to be centered enough. What else do you want? You want some of these things up top? And then... looks like you wanted this pattern to continue onto the handles for whatever reason, so I guess we're going to... Oh, no, I can't even select these areas. All right, you're getting nothing on those. You want some kind of horse in the middle. Donk. And then we get the square things at the bottom. Donk. Donk. I don't think people would mind if these aren't completely convincing, you know, Niobe. Donk. Did this go all the way around? Kind of hard to tell what's going on over there, but I don't have anything else that looks close enough to it. Donk, donk, donk. Can I just fire this? Looks pretty good to me. Alright, she better like this.
Not bad. Maybe Niobe was right. I am a true artist.
Can I open this up and burn myself to death?
Looks like it needs more time.
Alright. We'll leave that be then. I'm gonna go and snoop in her desk while I'm busy doing her homework. Did you explain Passepartout again? Oh, Passepartout was a great time. How did I miss one of these? Where's the other one? Oh well.
Hello.
Is it strange that Niobe's making so much art for the play?
I don't care.
Talk to you later.
Leave.
More people need to have that kind of attitude, Thanos. I'm on your side. Before I go back, I really want to find the final rubbing. We've just got to rub one more out, but where is it? I've walked past them 1,000 times now, and I cannot for the life of me remember where they all are. Was one of them over in the death zone? I don't think one of them was over here. Oh! Oh, come on, we can make this out on its own, Nancy. We need one more, it seems. Yeah, Thanos is who we all aspire to be. It's so liberating to just be able to say, I don't care. As long as you actually don't care. Right? It's one thing to say it, but it needs to be true. And that requires a movement of the frame of mind. But I think it gets easier. Certainly gets easier as you get older. You wake up and you go, "Crap, I'll be dead soon, so who really cares what people think?" Very liberating. Right, what's not liberating is not finding this final thing to sketch over. Ah, well. It'll pop up when it is least expected. Upsa daisy. Right. Oh, Crevens, she's still there.
Hi.
So they must be different people.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, what I'm getting out of this is that I do indeed need to do all the scratchings in order to get this done, unless I also need to phone up Melina, and tell her something weird is going on with the props.
Hi.
Why is Niobe making copies of the art?
Not copies. Approximations.
I don't follow.
The concept of this whole debacle was maybe a bit too ambitious. It all came together in pieces until I was in over my head.
Tell me what you mean.
When the stage renovation became a reality, people started paying attention to our little museum again. Great, right? That let me attract patrons and set up loans, and bit by bit, the exhibit came together. And soon we had a world-class exhibit on our hands.
Sounds great to me.
It is, but it isn't. No one in all of Greece has heard of the Phidias Cultural Center. Here we are with a world-class exhibit and no eyes to enjoy it.
So that's where the play comes in.
Right. It was a new idea. We put the art where it belongs, right in front of the gods. Once the play is done, the audience can go see the very pieces shown on stage. But the real version, of course.
That's a cool concept.
It is, but then comes the problem of how to copy the art, but not copy the art. Niobe had to sign some paperwork agreeing to use only certain materials, colors, and scale.
So none of the copies could be confused with the originals, right?
Right. She's done a wonderful job, but we've had the owners breathing down our necks every step of the way. Every step. Never again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Fascinating, but not useful. Need the Hardley boys' help.
Hi.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's enough out of you guys. Okay, we will confront What's-Her-Face with this astounding revelation.
Hi.
Later.
Bye.
And it's not useful at all. Okay, is Hermes around? Hermes is not around. Okay. We got to do our final bit of pork scratching then. Yeah, thank you. All that puzzling was tickling my nose, clearly. Well, Oh, hang on, is my thing ready?
Looks like it needs more time.
Yeah, time to do some scratching, Drew. Now where? Where, oh where? Crivens. Maybe I should have made a mental note where all of them are, because now that I have to find them, it's becoming something of a problem. Is there really none at all in that room? Time to set your alarm clock for 8. Not forget to cook the breakfast, lunch, and dinner before the firing is done. I don't get it. Nothing here. That still can't be interacted with. The note of paper being down there is so typical Nancy Drew. This has been scratched. We already scratched something in the dead zone as well. Give my regards to Garlic Jr. Come on, they stand out a fair bit. How am I having such hard time finding one more? It's like we're down to the final enemy in Space Invaders. They'll speed up as well. Where the dickens is it? Oh, wait, whoa. Ah. Whew, all done. You know, I could have done with this when I was playing that really awful spooky game. But this should allow me to open the thing... Wait, is it going to allow me to do anything, actually? Oh, look what's done.
Is this a sphinx?
Ooh. And I'm not going to take it?
Nancy,
What's up?
have you ever been on stage?
A few times. Why?
I don't know if I can handle it.
Well, if that's the case, why did you become an actor?
I find myself asking me that question too.
So, what's the answer?
That is also a common follow question I ask myself.
Can I ask why you're acting if it scares you so much?
You're asking the wrong Niobe.
Okay, which one should I ask?
Niobe of months ago. That silly girl who thought this would be a chance to grow. I don't care for her. I wish I could tell her that right to my face.
You're breaking the terms of your contract.
What do you mean?
You're breaking the rules Melina left for you.
I'm not.
Can you explain the shard of pottery with a sphinx on it that I found in your kiln?
Who are you that you think you can go into my studio?
What? Aren't you the one who asked me for help?
Yes.
I think something strange is happening here. But of course, I'm not an artist. Maybe you can help me understand.
False modesty is worse pride. Stay out of my studio.
You told me to come here. Strange that I can't take that with me. Maybe I should call up What's-Her-Face about this. Yeah, she was on stage in Venice. That was before this game.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, no, we're not going to tell her about making other things. I go into all that effort of making my beloved vase, and I can't do diddly with it. Ah, this is what open... Oh, that's why this is something I could look at. I didn't even realize that that's what was opening to get us through here. Oh? Okay. Ah, but it wouldn't reopen earlier. All is as the Phoenix.
I need to enter all the actors' names in the correct order.
I need to do what? Why? Their names? Of the cast or the characters they're playing? Xenia. Oh, jeez. Well, this is where my gamer notebook comes out, I think. Because I can't have this on screen whilst interacting with the puzzle. Alright, get out of this. What's currently written here? Investigate rise of a new warlord? What? Printing press triggers check? Oh yeah, I remember that. But I haven't I haven't checked it out yet. Right, EU5 notes, no, but yes to Nancy notes. I probably need to put in Xenia's name. Xenia. Do I need to put in the full name? Doukas. Doukas. And now I'm going to draw these Greek letters. X is 3 lines for some reason, which is totally not confusing for Japanese. E is E. N is N. India is India. Alpha is Alpha. Oh, well, that's quite easy, isn't it? Delta is Delta. That's funny. Oscar is O. Uniform is a Y. Yes, okay. I kind of remember that from last time. KAS. Kilo. Alpha. What about Sierra? Sierra is Epsilon. Glad we came to that agreement. Right, let's see if putting in Xena Dukas gets us anywhere. There are not a lot of keys here. All right. Xenia. And then put in Dukas. There is no delta here. So if it is the actors' names, it's their first names. Yeah, there is no delta here. Okay, this could be a problem. Guess I'll write down the next to them, the next to the names. Why do we know that we need to put in the names in order? Like Nancy coming out with that seems like a leap of logic I wasn't expecting. Niobe. Niobe. Thanos. That's his actual name, that's crazy. And Grigor. Okay, let's try Niobe. Is that O? I hope it's O. No, that's TH. O is O. Niobe. Thanatos. Thanatos. Well, I'm not seeing a T here. This is almost a T. But it's a G. Well, that's a sure sign that I'm meant to put in the actors' names. Maybe I meant to put in the characters' names. So we start out with Persephone, Demeter. Wait, Demeter also has a T in it. Maybe the things that I input here are going to change. Does he have all of the information? Well, I don't have T here. T. Yeah, but she did say all the actors' names, though, didn't she? And if I can't have Thanatos, unless this is TH, let's try our luck. But then we're back on the T problem again. All right, too bad. Let's try then characters. Persephone. What's R? R is P. Wait, what? And P is not one of these. Ooh, The Greeks are getting me at every corner. I mean, we're doing so good with Xenia and Niobe, but getting to Thanatos just destroyed me because there's no T here. And now I struggle to do Persephone because where's the P? P looks like kind of a couple of arch things, and we don't have that. Thanos. And there's no X for that. I'm pretty certain I get something right and this is going to change, right? It'll give me different letters. Otherwise, it's just not enough. But what would be the order that I meant to put them in? Maybe it's some other order. Wait, why don't I just try all the different names and see if it changes something? So what I will do is I'll try putting in Niobe first. We already did Xena first, and that seemed fine. Now let's try Niobe. Niobe. Papadaki. Wait, we don't have P. Okay, maybe we just try Thanos, but we can't do Thanos. So do we do Grigor? Do I even have Grigor? Well, I do. I got the G. That's a good start. And the R is a P. Wait, R is a P? Alright, Grigor. Igor. Oh yeah. But also, oh no, because it didn't change any of this stuff. Why was Grigor first then? Is he first in the script? And Hades is first up. Why in the world was Grigor first? Hermes. That's a text projection there. And it says Hades stalks enraged. But Hades is not Hermes. Anyway, great. One of the names is working here. Who do we do next? Probably the ones that we can do. Let's start out with Xenia again. What's X? That's X. Xenia. No, it's not Xenia. Were we able to do the other ones, though? I mean, I could do Niobe, right? Niobe. Oh, right, it's not Nay. But Niobe. Niobe. Well, I've tried all of them, haven't I? Except for Thanos. But how do I do Thanos? I don't have the characters for T or TH. T is T. And there's no T. Unless there's someone else's name I'm missing that needs to be here. How about Xenia? Wait, we already tried Xenia, didn't we? And I think I tried it again. But there's no problem trying it again. Oh, I still don't want it. Where to go from this? What's S? S is Epsilon. Maybe somebody's name isn't what they claim it is. Didn't we find out that Grigor had some other name? Yeah, his name was something else, right? I forget where that information was. Perhaps I should go rooting through his bag and double check his name.
All right.
Is this your first acting job?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Hades is the god of death and the underworld. To me, this is not acting.
Is that supposed to be frightening?
To some, men with no imagination fear death. But those with sense can see it for what it is.
And what is that?
Waiting,
For what?
nothing. Life is the reflection from the surface of the water, and death is the reflection from below the waves.
Are you in character? Is that what this is?
I have no character. I don't pretend. I am myself.
Is that Thanos or Hades?
Hades isn't real, quiet girl. Thanos is. Hello.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Alright, thanks, Thanos. Giving us all perspective. Boy, the Greeks are getting the last laugh on me.
Hi.
Niobe seems very uncomfortable on stage.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I'm worried about it. But I trust her. Demeter needs to be strong, but she also needs fragility. Everyone can fake being strong, but Niobe has that quality of someone going through life with white knuckles.
You cast her because she's uncomfortable in real life?
I guess you could say that.
Isn't that a gamble? Picking someone who's afraid of acting to, well, act?
No. It's a gamble to choose anyone who isn't scared. Grigor, for example. He's my problem now. He's too confident. He won't even learn his lines.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Still a struggle to get you away from your table there. Anyway, Grigor. That's the reason I popped out, right? I'm pretty sure we covered that his name isn't Grigor. But it still says Grigor here, so... Could have sworn his name was an issue that we got the Hardley boys to check in on.
What is it?
I'll let you go.
Goodbye.
I keep mixing them up. Is that the same lassie that was over doing the pottery stuff? Well, at least it doesn't reset itself. I've never done theatre. It sounds retarded. Yeah, well, that's a standard for Nancy Drew games.
Hello.
So, how did I do with the vase?
Alexandra would be proud. But I'm prouder. Nice work.
Goodbye.
Until later.
Yeah, she's done a 180 on her attitude problem. Then again, everybody should have an attitude problem. No, an attitude problem with Nancy. She's just going to steal all your stuff anyway. Alright, I'm not willing to do more of your homework for you. But I'm having a bit of a problem with the names here. So what did we get that worked out here? I actually forgot who we put in that worked. I should have ticked them off on my list or something. I think it was Niobe. Let's believe it was Niobe. But how do I do the others? I could do with this, you know, on another... Hold on. Yeah, that's a great idea. Print screen. Open up paint.net. Paste it in. And then, huzzah, now I've got my own little cheat sheet. I can just look over and I can see all the Greek letters without having to look at them here. Yeah, excellent. Even so, how does this help me? I still need to punch in the names and I don't feel like I have all the letters. I will try Grigor again. Grigor. No, Grigor was done. Grigor was probably good. Thanos is a struggle. There's no T or TH. Oh, there's H. And H is E. So that's not helpful. We already tried Xenia Dukas. I can try it again, of course. Xenia X. E. N. And N is N. I. A. Dokas. Oh, there's no delta for Dokas. Jeez. What other names can we even do? There's just Niobe, and I already did Niobe. Niobe. Is that O-O? Yeah, it is. Niobe. Xenia, Niobe, Thanatos. Maybe I need to put in like other parts of their name? I mean, can I put in Karakinos? Is such a thing even possible? I sure don't see a K. What about Ganas? Ganas. What's S? S is epsilon. It's not happening. How did I miss that TH right there? I am unsure how I managed to miss that TH right there. Vanos. Wow. Just wow. Alright, maybe now we can have Niobe. Or maybe we can have Xenia. We can have Xenia. Okay, no, we don't like Xenia. We just did Thanatos and Grigor. Did I somehow fail putting in Niobe? Niobe. Nearly 400 people did not see it until now. Yeah, clearly. Well, that's on them, not on me. Gosh, well, who else is even to be put in here? I mean, maybe I need to put in Dokas. D-O-U? Do we have D? No, there's no delta. Can we do Papadaki? No, there's no delta. Why can't I do Niobe? Well, I did put in Niobe and it wasn't having any of it. Should I ask her if her name is Niobe or not?
What is it?
Later.
Bye.
Leave you to stress out. I don't get stressed on stage as long as I don't have to memorize lines. I'm happy to ad-lib. I am distinctly unhappy to memorize lines. Because I'm not very good at memorizing things. At all. Ah, jeez. I've tried everything and I'm all out of ideas. Maybe I should try nothing. Maybe I could put in Grigor again. It worked so well before. Grigor. No. Have you tried putting it in correctly? Well, evidently not. Let's try it very slowly. Niobe. N-I-O-B-E. Niobe. N-I-O-B-E. Niobe. No. Xenia. Z. Xenia. 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 It's not getting any easier, is it? Not for me, at least. How am I having such a hard time with this? I'm just seeing the massacre in chat, though. How am I getting so bested by the Greeks? Xenia. Is anything here different or out of step? X, E, N, I, A. Xenia. Fan of Gaming's been quiet for a bit. I wonder. I don't recall Fan having trouble with this, but you better believe that once I'm done with this, I'm going to be rewatching Fan's run and getting chafed nipples over how much I enjoy it. Who's not telling me their real name? Unless I meant to put in the other ones, but we don't have the gubbins for the likes of Persephone. Do I have the likes for Hermes, though? Not really. And look at that. Xenia. 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 Niobe. Help me out, Hardly boys.
Hello.
I'll let you go.
Later.
Oh, Fan, you don't remember doing all the jigsaw puzzles with just squares?
Hi.
Later.
Goodbye.
Greco-Scot relations once again struggling. Have you managed to best Alexander's campaign? Alexander is besting me hard here. What in the world am I missing? And what's the order, anyway? So we started with Grigor, and then I think we did Thanos, right? Why Hermes, then Hades? That order doesn't seem right for anything. And then there's Persephone. Xenia. What's the problem? Ah, jeez. Xenia. Xenia. Why not look at the alphabet? I'm looking at it. Is there something I'm missing here? RSTUPH. H itself. Although we don't have an X on here for the H. There's no trident for the PS either. No omega for O. There is an H thing for the E with the bar above it. God knows what that even means. But there is no E with a bar above it in any of their names here. Wait, what if it's Niobe with that E thing at the end? Have I tried that? Niobe. Ah! Why? Okay. Now I think maybe we could consider the final one. Who we're still doing? Xenia, right? Amazing. What has this achieved? It's probably a trigger for something.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I like asking how she
Yes?
gets back and forth so quickly.
Later.
Until later.
That is the same lassie, right?
Yes?
You know how it is with the Greeks, they all look the same.
Goodbye.
Until later.
Yeah, what I have achieved with this, I am entirely unsure about. Guess I learned Xenia's name.
All right.
Goodbye.
Leave.
Haven't seen Hermes in forever, though.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Does this technically count as a puzzle smashed? A brilliant observation. Let's add that onto our very large pile of smashed puzzles. And now we need to search for another puzzle to smash. I'm not entirely sure what we unlocked by with that. Still need to look for what's inside the judge's trunk.
Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that.
And I can't snoop on Xenia's stuff on her table. Or can I? What if the tricky taboo is to... Well, no, we've tried running back and forth between these two places. It's pronounced hard, like an X-ray. I'm sure once Greece becomes a relevant nation again, they can instill such teachings, but until that day, pay your debts. Sit still, little vase, I will draw you. There's some mentally very unwell people in the Nancy Drew universe. No, keep those away from me.
Hello.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye.
I'm here to disturb Greco-Scotty relations. No, and I'm not here to make more vases. Well, I hope I'm not here to make more vases. That would blow pretty hard. Maybe somehow some of the stuff that I've been unable to interact with here for a while will suddenly be interactable. I mean, now that I've learned the Greek alphabet, maybe one of these things will suddenly be no longer but ooh. Thought we already did the judging here. Maybe if you fill the vase cabinet, it'll unlock something. Oh, my sanity inhibitors. It's a pretty cool door they have there, at least. This still cannot be interacted with. No clue how we interact with it. Distinct lack of items, right? Was there? There's book, pamphlet, book, key that we've already used. 2 pieces of paper and a lift button that we've already used. Normally in the Nancy Drew games there's a lot more items, so you could at least run your imagination for what you can do with them, but here we have a whole lot of not much. Time for a dip in the fire. Is that a puzzle smashed? Oh yeah. I see that Ninja is remembering getting paw pennies, and that was in Trail of the Twister. I don't think I've done Trail of the Twister. If I did, I managed to forget about it. This is still not something I can interact with for reasons unknown, even though you'd think we have stuff that looks like it's useful. Look at all these dots. But nope, this thing doesn't interact at all. No idea why not. Jeez. Oh, Fishlips knows that I haven't. I wonder how Fishlips would know so intimately who has and has not played Trail of the Twister. Oh, that was great. I even remember where I was and what I was doing, listening to and watching Fishlips struggle with that little storm device. The little number puzzle that he had to do. Oh, jings. Warmed my cockles and gave me stitches, that one. I was at a bus stop, but I made sure that I was tuning into Fishy's attempt to trail the twister. I say attempt, you know, he got it beaten. This is where he says, Jake, that wasn't me. And then I go, oh, okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
Leave.
I'm having a very, very hard time finding progress. There's no sign of Hermes, and I can't get what's-her-face away from here to snoop at her desk.
All right.
Later.
Talk to you later.
Maybe I really am meant to do more of those bleeding vases.
How are things going?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, they're going that well, Melina. Leave no vase unturned. Killing me. Trolling me harder than French miners. Great, I'm finally done with France. You've formed a personal union with 2 useless French miners. No! Also, why? I guess fiefdoms are just stuck in some kind of permanent regency when they're made free. Alright, let's go. This could be our way forward. Huzzah.
Looks like it needs more time.
Maybe if I leave you here, that'll cause something to happen. Yeah, if only I could call Bess. She'd enlighten me.
Yes?
I'll let you go.
Bye.
Ooh, I might be reduced to begging for help from chat. I'm not above begging. I wish I was above eating, though. Kind of hungry here. Been streaming all day. Don't tell me this is going to be a 3-parter, Nancy Drew. I'm making no progress here. The mods are merciless. All I'm hearing is you're not going to take a wee 10-minute-y time out, a wee bit of snooze time, for my sake. I can't believe some people are so selfish. That's textbook Finilish right there. Ah, jeez. It's just... Finding the puzzles can be the absolute hardest thing in Nancy Drew. I'm sure you have all the information you need. Well, that would confirm its puzzle status. Anybody happen to have the full information about what is and is not a puzzle? Because I could really use it in this trying time. Might inspire me to find a new solution. Maybe the vase is done. Maybe. Maybe I need to do another run around the underworld.
Looks
It
like
is
it
not
needs
done.
more time.
Hello.
I'll let you go.
Until later.
What in the world am I missing here? Where are the puzzles? What did opening that door achieve? Nothing. Maybe there's something like you need to interact with this in different spots to make it open, because it's still on our to-do list to open this thing. Between this and the Golden Fleece, all I know is that the gods of Olympus have a stronghold over Jake's puzzle skills. The Golden Fleece. Was that what I was meant to put in? Like, there was one that stumped me for a good long time on that game. But yeah, that's the thing with puzzle games. It only takes one. The answer is to truce break. I was strongly considering truce breaking England. I'm glad I decided against it. My nation was held together with Scotch tape at the end of all that. And it still kind of is, but we have prepared. Killing Scotland was the way to undo all of my woes. I'm already looking forward to dancing on Scotland's grave. Oh, don't worry, we've preserved you and your burning couch, young. Ah, jeez, what the heck am I meant to do now? Yeah, you find a bit of progress, you think finally we can go somewhere, but no, we absolutely cannot. And no, I didn't watch Jason and the Argonauts. Maybe I could, I don't think I watched a film this year. That's not true, that's not true. I flew to the Philippines this year and I watched Deadpool 2. I should watch a few films on that. The fact that we can open this, does this tell us anything? Is there something I'm missing here? Can I eavesdrop on somebody? Is there an item to pick up here? Like what? What is being achieved by opening this door? Also, it feels like it's opening weird. Is it coming in or out? I will die before I live in a country that considers Gaelic a real language. We made it our official court language now. It's going to be difficult to have anybody take it seriously, let alone everybody, especially the French. What in the blue blazes do I even do?
What is it?
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I'm still wondering if I actually locked myself out of progression by not investigating the tablet on this table when I had the chance. I saw it and I was like, I'll do it later. And now she will not budge.
Hi.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
Not for love, not for money. I just cannot have her just go away from there. How about a full restart? Oh, God, no. There must be something I'm missing. The problem is, there's just that and the trunk, and I don't know how to open the trunk.
Haven't done that. Can't check that off yet.
It would be quite something to find the only Nancy Drew game you can softlock. I believe somebody did find other Nancy Drew games that you can softlock in. I don't think this is one of them, but if we can, we'll find a way. There are just no puzzles I can interact with anywhere, though. I mean, really, chat, I'm bending down on my proverbial knees here. What is there to even do at this point? And how does she keep teleporting? Huzzah!
Hello.
I made another vase.
Later.
Goodbye.
And of course, we can't pick that thing up. Pax is trying to help. They're saying check back on the vase. Well, we did check back on the vase. It's done a whole lot of nothing for us. I don't want to make more vases. Is there anything I'm meant to be paying attention to here? All reproduction must be scaled by a minimum of 10%. Identical work, materials, projected images. And we just put it back, so it's not that important. This door is very, very frustrating because we went to great lengths to open it and it achieves nothing. And what's her face keeps managing to jump between these areas. I think I spotted a few promising piles of trash to dig through. And Nancy, put your gloves on. Maybe time to do the tickets again? Oh, no, there's no way. No way you have to do that puzzle multiple times. Let's not believe it. Besides, it's already a done task, right? Yes, we've already completed Melina's list of items, which included the vase display, the temple images, and the tickets assigned for the performance. So the tickets thing is done. Believe. Is there somehow something out here that I've been missing? Oh, nay. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. What are we even meant to do? I'd ask for help from a kind soul, but we don't seem to have kind souls here today. Only mean Mother Hubbards. Well, if I could call Bess and have her help me out, I'd be going for that. The first Nancy Drew game we had around here that I actually beat was Bess getting kidnapped. Cheddars is trying to help, but we scared him straight. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters. How long was this sitting here? Well, I guess all game, right? I'm looking for a 12 character word. I'm not so sure it's going to be so simple as to find here. That Nancy girl seems to know what she's doing. Might make use of that if things get too overwhelming. It's time to use that. What's ye old dad saying? Somewhere here in the amphitheater was one of the... Okay, well, we got something here at least. Is Persephone 12 letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. All right. Thanos wants to leave a personalized message for our VIPs. Make sure they have a key to the poster out front. Oh, good for them. Yeah. The answer's astrolabe, as it always is. Right. Good lord. Was I not noticing that for a long time? Was it visible from here? Yeah, it was. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've interacted with it before, but you better believe I forgot. Do you have something here? No, it's just the same thing. 12-letter word that we're looking for to access this thing. Paradox, Eureka, Logic, Crocodile, Ocean, Python, Tragic, Echo, Lyric Hero, Gymnasium, Irony. Oh, feeling like a defective senior here. Stage notes, Grigor, tablet passed, first, last, repeat. First, last, repeat. Tablet. Oh, tablet password. First, last, repeat. So Grigor's tablet password is the first, the last, and the repeat of what? Of stage notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. S-K... okay, maybe. It's the first and the last letter in each of these things, or the first and last from the whole debacle, which is possible. I'll try this. So what would that be? S, K, T, 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 E. 3 T's in a row. HS. TA, there's a lot of T's here, not sure I'll get enough of them, and LS. Alternatively, it's from the entire notes, in which case it is starting with set lock, TN. That's already not a word, there's no word that starts with TN. TG, okay, here we are with T's again. TN, TG, November Sierra. W, November. W is whiskey, of course. Lima, Sierra. Alpha, Romeo. All right, I'll try both of these. They both seem dubious, to say the least. All right, so what are we looking at? Sierra, Kilo, Triple Tango. Sierra. Huh? Oh. Okay. Well, there is no S and there is no T in paradox. So I'm looking for some relevance of paradox eureka. There's a K, of course. But there's no S. Paradox eureka. First, last. First, last. Paradox eureka. Stays. Is it something to do with the capital letters here? Well, not really, because that's still S, and none of the other ones have all caps here. First and last. Paradox eureka. Yeah, don't forget to repeat. It kind of lines up, right? 6, get 2 from each for 12 total on the password. Trying to think of any 12-lettered word that there is. And again, Persephone is only 10 letters, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And why would it be Persephone anyway? Stage notes. Grigor tablet password. First, last, repeat. First, last, repeat. First what, last what? Whatever the first thing is, it has to be from paradox. P or A or R or D or O or X. Closest thing is that there's an O in set lock. Everyone needs to know whatever and whoever down there stays down there following intermission. The kid's all right. Yeah, I have all the information. It's taking the information and putting it together to arrive at the conclusion. You could even say that's where you could even say that's where the magic happens. But saying that isn't helpful. I absolutely lost it when he said that's where the magic is. He could even say that's where the puzzle is. Oh, come on, I need the quote for me. It'll get me through this difficult moment. This mouse, that mouse bored me. Niobe is struggling with her role. Possible fix may improve dropping her behind a scrim. It's a scrim, anyway. First, last, repeat. Easy. Maybe it's this simple. First, last, repeat. First, last, first, last. First, last, first, last. Oh. Oh. Yet another puzzle smashed. Oh, Jesus. Why did it say stage notes? Okay. With that one smashed to pieces, let's carry on. What's in the box? Whatever notes Xenia has been scribbling must be very important. She locks them in the box. I got a peek at the lock. I figured it out. The letters around the empty squares indicate the letters belonging to the row or the column. Place all the letters in the squares into a continuous line alphabetically. It should unlock it, but maybe I shouldn't look. Who does that? Who locks up their notes? Casting sheet, red stitching. Oh, even if they rip up the red stitching in my bag, no one will ever suspect the truth behind the sheet and read between the lines. Some calls about Thanos' background. He's probably a murderer. He's connected to Kronos. Okay, not the same, but whatever. The people at the stagecraft company keep demanding time to come film the new stage. Pushing second show, push back, very clear. Cameras, opening night runs smoothly, everyone's on the same page. Doubled my lines and cut Thanos again. Why does she want me on stage? Doors need to be pushed back to the final curtain. Taking care of this, fall to me, she's gone. Preparation for my role continues. I need to manage Niobe, is barely hanging on, we need her. Pushed into the shadows, wrong about hiring someone so fragile. Bring me the coffee. All cleared, time cards, exit, entrance. Thanos is angry, but I don't care. Okay, great.
This must be the red stitching Grigor mentioned on his tablet.
Yes, Nancy. Oh, let's just tear it open.
Plutus? That's not a character in the Persephone story.
Read between the lines. Audition spots will be given in a first come first served. Can I keep this? No. There's some message here. Empty picture, green jewel, stone god, pieces, selection of pieces. This is for thievery, isn't it? Yeah, I'm quite certain it is. Hey, Melina, can you get over here? Things are heating up.
How are things going?
Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Oh no.
Hi, Nancy.
I found an odd list in Grigor's bag.
That's where I'd keep an odd list. What's it say?
It's a list of names.
I guess that's odd. All lists are odd, come to think of it. Read me the names.
Mikhail Dimitrov, Grant Nagy, Etienne Martin, Kurt Mueller, Emma Portnoy, and Kostas Bezos.
We'll look into it.
Thank you, Hardly Boys. All right, maybe, just maybe, we can make something resembling progress with this new information.
Hello.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
But that might just be too much to bear.
Yes?
Later.
Until later. Hello.
I'll let you go.
Until later.
Am I not senior enough for this?
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, now. Maybe if I do the loop, Hermes will be back and we can have a chat about his mysterious list. Okay, Eridu is spurring me on, spurring us all on to victory here by dropping some subs. Thank you kindly.
Speak.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm not sure it's helping. Okay, come on, for the love of God. The problem might be that you're too senior. I'm feeling that. Hermes. Hermes is back! Oh, finally.
Do you like what you found in my bag?
Sorry if that was intrusive, but I'm here to keep tabs on the museum.
Oh, then let me help you. The museum is on the exterior of the bag. The interior of the bag is not the museum. Museum? Not museum.
You've made your point.
See that I have.
Eridu saying long time lurker. Thanks for the streams. Oh, wow. Can we put a number on long time? Because I often say that lurking is the highest form of life.
Is it just me, or is Niobe a bit afraid of going on stage?
I wish it was just you. It isn't.
Then why be an actor?
Some people aren't easily explained. Actually, revise that. Most people aren't easily explained.
It seems like she'd be happier in a studio by herself.
I've said the same thing to her.
What did she say?
She's broke.
If it's okay for me to say so, it seems like you had a bit of a rough time growing up.
We chose to put on a Greek tragedy. But when your parents die young, it's Dickens or nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
The hard days are over. Growing up alone had its perks. It taught me how to study people. When you don't have much power, you have to know how to read people in your life.
So it was something of a survival strategy?
You could say that. Each time they put me in a new home, I'd do my research. I'd listen, watch people, feel them out. Every once in a while, I'd strike gold and find a diary.
Why?
If I liked the family, I'd do my best to be what they wanted.
You didn't want to be yourself?
I didn't think I'd be okay if I did. I figured, if you're taking in a kid, there must be something you want. I'd try to be whatever or whoever was missing from their home until they realized that never works. Not a great way to grow up, but an actor couldn't ask for finer training.
How did you get into acting?
It's not a proud story.
Are you okay telling me?
For you, dear, I'd do anything. I was discovered in the costume department.
Nothing embarrassing about that.
Stealing a warm jacket.
Got it.
It was just my luck that the director of the theater needed some extras he couldn't afford. So for my first gig, I was paid in not going to juvenile lockup.
A few keywords to leave off the resume. I ran your background check.
Now why would you go and do a thing like that? It's already been done.
My friends have access to some pretty powerful resources. I have some bad news to report.
Should I sit down?
Maybe. According to my sources, you're not who you say you are.
Oh. I should probably be wearing something else then.
I know your background. My question is, why did you use a false name?
Not false. I changed it legally. I slipped a little, not enough, money in the envelope to keep the record sealed.
Is there a significance to the name you're using?
There is. All the significance in the world. Grigor is the man who caught me stealing. He ran the theater.
Is he a hero of yours?
Mentor, I guess. He said I was a natural on the stage, but hopeless at life. My boy, you're the only student I've ever had to teach how to stop acting. With each show and rehearsal, he gave me a space to get to really be myself for the first time.
He sounds very special.
The truth might just be that he was an average man who found an unfortunate kid. To me, he was great.
I think I just saw Niobe using a hidden door. That's your only reaction?
We're in a theater. Theaters are built for sneaking around in.
It wasn't in the theater. It was in the museum.
Oh, that's just to let the staff move without having to wade through the crowd. I know, it seems exciting, but hidden passages are only exciting the first time you see them. Then they're just poorly advertised doors.
Why are you making copies of the art?
That's really Niobe's domain.
Did you know Niobe has a history as an art forger?
I did, and that's a very dramatic way of putting it.
Explain the difference to me.
It's the difference between cheating off a friend and robbing a bank.
Still, she did commit art forgery.
She hid behind her friend because she was timid. If you ask me, her so-called friend is the real criminal here, making millions while Niobe scrapes by.
Did I upset you earlier?
No. The show is starting to rest on my shoulders more and more. I needed to catch my breath.
What are your plans after the show?
One day, I'd like to open up a theater of my own. Maybe give back the gifts I was given.
I think that's a nice idea.
And I'd put Grigor's name on the marquee. Like I said, I'm just borrowing the name. I've been keeping it safe until I can put it where it belongs.
Why were you casting the role of Plutus?
I knew I hadn't made my point.
I don't recall Plutus ever being in the Persephone myth.
Xenia had a sequence in mind where Demeter petitions all the gods. But it was too boring, too expensive, and did I mention too boring?
I can't find any records of your previous performances.
People don't really consider what we do to have much artistic merit. It's more like historical reenactments. No one reviews those.
About that Plutus casting sheet I found in your bag?
Which, let's remember, isn't part of the museum.
Something about it seems odd. Why would you be casting this late in the game?
I like working with undiscovered talent.
Wouldn't Xenia be casting? Wouldn't there be some reference to Plutus in the script somewhere?
You're unbelievable.
It's a trait you and I share, apparently.
I didn't lie. And don't you dare call anyone on that list.
My contacts are already on it.
Nancy, you have no idea what you just did.
Explain it to me.
With pleasure. For the last 5 years, 5 years, I've been researching angel investors. You know what those are?
Yeah, they invest in new businesses when no one else will.
Those are my angel investors. Or were. For my theater. For Grigor's theater. It took years to get those names. They were coming to opening night, Nancy, and now they're gone. I promise it. Your contacts asking about me like I'm a crook?
If you have nothing to hide, then you have nothing to worry about.
Leave me alone. Now! Go and don't come back!
What a monster. Textbook Nancy Drew right there. Perhaps we should have a word with Bill and Ben, the flower pot men over here. What have they found out?
Hi, Nancy.
Any word on the names I gave you?
Actually, yes. It's a list of very wealthy individuals, many of whom have extensive art collections. Rich as Plutus, you could say. He was the god of being rich, which is a pretty top-shelf way to go through life if you ask me. So you might want to talk to Grigor.
What did you make of the rest of Grigor's list?
I think it might be a code.
Me too. Just not sure what it means yet.
It'll come to you.
Talk to you later.
Later.
Ned deserves better, yeah. A faithful girlfriend. Apparently that's too much to ask for the Nancy Drew universe.
Hello.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
I mean, how are you meant to react when, you know, your girlfriend says, oh yeah, I missed our anniversary, but don't worry, I was having a great time going off to Italy, dancing in a cat suit for money on stage. Well, this did a whole lot of nothing for me. Perhaps there's something waiting for me elsewhere.
Hello.
I'll let you go.
Until later.
Yeah, it wasn't even good money. Jared sees that and thinks wife material. The one. Well, I'm achieving a whole lot of not much here. Don't want to make more
What
vases.
is it?
Later.
Until later.
How does it feel to have a sword, Baron? Nobody can tell you what you can and can't do in all caps, but you can tell everybody else. Need to squeeze in some emotes for good measure.
Don't get too wrapped up in Grigor's sad stories.
Why not?
Your contacts are not so trustworthy.
What do you think of Grigor?
He wants to sit on my shoulder like a parrot telling me what to do.
Should I take away some meaning from that?
Little men only stand next to big men when they think they're smarter. He isn't.
Did you know Grigor is using a fake name?
Yes, why is that your business?
I'm just a curious person.
I gathered.
You're not bothered he was holding back information from you?
He plays his part. That's enough.
What did you mean when you said my contacts are not so trustworthy?
Your contacts have contacts. No one is ever out of reach.
Of whom?
Me. Go.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye.
It's kind of cool how they're putting the camera angle specifically so we are looking up to Thanos like he's some giant.
All right.
I mean, maybe he is. What if this is eye level for Nancy Drew? How tall does that put him? Let's assume Nancy is... Christ, what's an average American woman height? 5'5"? I put Thanos at like 8 feet tall at least. What a guy. That or Nancy Drew is down on her knees. Although why would she be?
Later.
Goodbye.
4'10"? There's no way. It's not a nation of womanlets. Is as tall as Nemesis?
Hello.
Nancy Drew is canonically 5'7.5"
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
How does one get this information? Well, that was a lot of talking and absolutely no progress unless Melina can save us.
How are things going?
Goodbye.
Bye.
It was too much to hope for. Oh, hold on. That's not necessarily true. Jub said he mentioned something about the judge's trunk. And now that he's away, I could Oh.
I have a question for you.
Okay, what's up?
Why are you here?
I was invited.
Are you an art expert?
No.
I guess I don't get it.
I'll let you go.
Talk to you later.
Can't do that now.
You could try, Nancy.
Can't do that now. This must be some sort of code.
Oh, something new is added. This isn't a one-man show. We're supposed to be a team. Clearly, that is not the case. Time to start setting up some insurance. Look to the stone tokens. 5 sets, pairing letters representing famous Greeks with images of what they're known for. The tokens, the correct order to the wedge, da-da-da-da-da.
Locked away his access? What is Grigor hiding?
Messenger role has been compromised. How dare Thanos think he could just step in like that? I've locked away his access. He'll never think to arrange the tiles on the box in jewelry display to show 7 gemstones in each square along the outside and no tile in the center. Christ. Thanks for spelling it out, Hermes. Puzzles, though. I dare say we have access to puzzles.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What a life just standing around in the underground here. Already dealt with Cerberus, I think.
I need to slide the stones to the correct positions.
Wonderful. But what are the correct positions? Oh no. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Is there meant to be like a color coordination? I probably should have read that note more thoroughly. Or at all. Good thing we opened up the shortcut. Meow. Don't mind me, Hermes. The tiles of the box. Wait, that's different altogether. Pairing letters representing famous Greeks with images of what they're known for. I have a book on famous Greeks. But what does the letter stand for? Like the first letter of their name? Or does it say they have an affinity towards a certain letter? One can only assume, but okay. Also, just in case I need this, I'm going to... 7 gemstones each square outside, not in the tile. I'm going to make a quick print screen of that, just in case. Alright, great. Now we have all the information. We just need to take that information and use it to arrive at the conclusion. You could even say that's where the magic happens. Okay. Did I close my Greek alphabet thing? I did not. So what do we have? We have PH, H, A, S. Even reading these letters is putting me to sleep. And E. Right, maybe PH is a good place to start. Is that PH for philosopher? Or PH for Phidias, the sculptor and architect? Feels like it's architect. PH, architect. Well, how are they meant to be together? Like, what is the notion of being together here? Do they just need to touch? Or is the color important as well? Wait, why can't you go over there? You can. I'm just being a dum-dum. Oh, but you can't go there for some reason. Are they going to lock in or anything like that? Okay, question. Does this reset? Yes, so don't back away from it. Get it done in one shot. Glad we had this talk. Yeah, first, last, repeat's all we need to know. Right, famous Greeks. That's writing, but is that playwright, or is there another kind of writing here? Could also be poetry. Great conquest. What is that? What in God's name is that meant to be? Okay, well we could do the the medical stuff. Dr. Hippocrates, H. H is, H is X, isn't it? Wait, but that means they're all already together. Oh, but hang on, maybe the color matters. Like, we've got green here, we've got red here. What if that's relevant? I don't want to believe that it's relevant, but it could be. Yeah, there's no way they'd have the colors with these things if it weren't relevant. Also, look, they got like dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here. Ooh, I don't love coming here. That means you probably need to be over here. And then you can do that. Or is that is that the wrong shade of green? Whatever the case, I need something reddish over here. Probably that X. Okay. We're all learning so much here. Nobody seems to be able to go here for some reason. And you can, but... Huh. It is indeed a distance. That just gets this stuff out of the way, right? Hold on, how are these two meant to have something in it when they don't connect? To another thing, that is. I have no idea. How bizarre. Right, well the orange thing is E. E is E. Who's the E guy? The E guy is Euphrates the playwright. So that's got to be this, right? How could it not be? For it not to be that would be baffling. So let's get you where you belong over here. And let's get Mr. E on the case. And hopefully it'll go bing bing. As if to say, completely correct, Jake. You're too brainy for us to handle. Except I cannot seem to move you there. Ata. Why not? What's your problem here? Wait a second, playwright. Maybe that means he wants this. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Ooh, I like that. I love coming here. Okay, okay. How about these spots? Like, they seem to connect to the same thing. What would it be? Green and some kind of brown thing. Do we even have some kind of brown thing? This is brown enough, I guess. Maybe these are both the same thing in some capacity. Like an icon that works for both of them. Because, I mean, what's the letters to icons thing? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. All in due time. Well, they don't have to share. You could go there and then you could go there. But what about this? You're blocking this off entirely. What a mystery. Right, what's Mr. X-Ray doing? You see, X is H, and H is Hippocrates, and Hippocrates the doctor. So let's get our doctor groove over here. We'll never forget the Japanese castle. Floppy Peter seems to have a bit of a vendetta going on. Right, the O with a dash through it is PH. PH is... Fidas, sculptor and architect. That sounds like this. Okay, really feels like we're getting somewhere. Just need to move the alpha over to where the epsilon is. The question is, what in the world do I do with this? Doesn't seem right, does it? Feels like something is missing here. What is the alpha and the epsilon? Who's A and S in my book of fancy Greeks? A is Alexander the Conqueror. S is a lyrical poet. So maybe this is an arrow to symbolize conquest. But then how do I get them both on this thing? I mean, what? How are these meant to connect? What S? This S. You cannot go there, but you can go here, but that doesn't help much. How is this meant to be together with you, though? I'm at a real loss. How is A meant to be connected to anything like that? What did the text screenshotter say again about filling the spots? That's for a different puzzle altogether. Of that I'm quite certain. Why is this not okay? There is an idea that maybe I'm overvaluing the little circle here, because there is a different way to do this. And that is to say, you're the playwright, right? So have that. Get our war over here. Get Alexander next to his warring ways that's also in the blue, and then get you over here. Okay, what exactly is wrong with this? Alexander and his arrow, S person and his writing. Sepia the lyrical poet, huzzah. X-ray and his hospital stuff. X being H. H for someone. Hippocrates. Oh, but what about Homer the poet? Poetry? Is he colorblind? I am absolutely not colorblind. Purple to purple, blue to blue, red thing to red thing, green to green, orange to orange. It is still a little bit peculiar though, isn't it? It's more than a little peculiar. Maybe it's meant to go around in some kind of order, but no, there's no way this isn't color coordinated for some reason. It would be much too much of a coincidence for these to share the color of the bits on the perimeter. Have you watched Pizzarific's Run of the Silent Spy? That's great. Pizzarific's colorblind, and he had a game that was pretty much focused on color puzzles. Jeez, what is wrong with this? I have no idea. Gonna look through them all again, right? PH. PH is Phidias, sculptor and architect. Sculptor work, masterpiece, 40 foot high. Patronage, restoration, building the Pantheon, right? So no doubt you get your Pantheon here. Wonderful. X is H, and H could be Homer as a poet, but it's more than likely Hippocrates because we have the doctor symbol, and that's his bleeding symbol right there, so we can have that. A is Alexander, and this is probably the bottom part of an arrow. And then there's E for well, whatever. Anyway, he writes. Playwright. Those are plays. And then there's Epsilon, which is S. And that is for the lyrical poet. And here are all of his poems. I try to get them together. They're having none of it. My main concern is that A and S are together like this. How do I get A next to something? I simply don't know. What exactly is the problem here? I don't know why some of the symbols are being left in the inner ring, though. Well, there's no space for them all otherwise, is there? Unless it's some kind of setup where there's meant to be all the things in certain places. Did I take a screenshot of the thing for this? This is about ranging stones and things. Alright, well clearly this isn't happening. You know there's a... Did this reset? Yeah, I think it did reset. There's another Nancy Drew game where if you keep coming in and out of a puzzle, it makes the puzzle easier for you. Not happening here though, it seems. Alright, well, we could just ignore the puzzle, surely. Not a smashed puzzle, it seems. Oh god, I can't even interact with this thing. Ooh, dearie me. Alright, you know, I think this is going to be a very rare case of a three-parter Nancy Drew. My mind is giving up on me, and it's screeching at me to go and have some dinner. And given my great winning as Mori, I think I've more than earned that. So we can have Labyrinth of Lies dangling over us for one more potential session, until I am back with that, and more EU5. It's a cheers and a cheerio.